What's up, everybody? Gay City Sports here with my co-host, my guy, Philly Fresh. I apologize, everybody. Man, I gotta get a Wi-Fi extender. We had some. It's been a while since we've streamed together, and I had some issues trying to get everything stable so we could actually come and talk to y'all. What's up, Fresh?
Yo, that man. What's going on, Steve? We already know what's going on. Really, when you look at it, the Eagles are 3-0, and to me, man, because we ain't got that much time, I'm gonna get straight to it. We gonna be 4-0. We gonna be 4-0. We already know. This guy Sam Howell. I do think he is a progress or whatever the case may be, but he just ain't ready for what this defensive line is going to be doing. Sorry, y'all. I'm outside. Y'all gonna hear all type of stuff. The kids is in the house, so I had to come outside. But listen, Gates, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm really thinking that this offense is going to get it clicking on all cylinders in this football game.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the defense responds and plays against this young guy. I mean, I think there's some talent with Sam Howell. I'm not here to throw shade at the young man, but he has not been good versus pressure. He's the second lowest rated passer versus pressure in the league. To be fair, Lamar Jackson is the lowest rated guy in the league versus pressure. But this guy's throwing 4 interceptions versus pressure on the season. He has like no big time throws against it right now. Mind you, big time throws, turnover worthy passes, some metric that PFF uses. Some of that stuff can be very debatable, but nonetheless, 4 interceptions versus pressure is not debatable. that's that's not a good mark, man. I mean, that
Right.
shows you a guy that's struggling a little bit. When you look at his like on target throws, if you go to like Pro Football Reference and you look at his advanced passing and look at accuracy on target throws, man, he's like 21st in the league at like 73.9% or so, something like that. I mean, they don't do a lot to disguise anything. His air yards are down really low. I mean, he's like 6.9, I want to say, in terms of intended air yards per passing attempt. That's like really bad. I want to say this exact figure is, let me find it real quick, guys. 6.7. I mean, everything's pretty close to the line of scrimmage. He's not playing very well against pressure. I mean, they do run RPOs with this young man. I mean, he's not that far behind Jalen Hurts in terms of total RPOs run, but they don't mix in play action as much with the RPOs. Like the Eagles, our RPOs are down, but our play action is way up. So
Right.
I mean, there's no wrinkles, there's no disguise. Not what I would have thought from Eric Bieniemy. I would have thought EB would have been definitely giving you some of that disguised looks. This is going to be, I think, a big game for a run defense, man. A true test. Like I think they're going to cloud and smother this this game. And I mean, if you're looking at a team that can't even get 50 yards on the ground with a young quarterback, good luck for the rest of the league.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I mean, I do think that this defensive line is crazy. Around this time last year, we had so much concerns with the run defense, with the defensive tackles, and Hargrave was a part of that. He's not here anymore. But when you add in these two guys, I do think Jordan Davis took another leap. But I just think he wasn't getting played enough in the first season. But some of that had to do with him with conditioning and everything. He lost weight. He looks a lot more limber. You know what I mean? I think the adding of Jalen Carter, man. I'm sorry, but right now he's looking like the best player in the draft. Period. And it's like I don't even know if it's close. I don't even know if it's close.
I would argue it's not very close right now. I think
That's
you're
what I'm
spot
saying.
on. Yeah.
Like this dude, but we seen it in the preseason. We seen it at joint practices and all that. But to actually see it in a real game when it's meaningful, and he's relentless. I see a lot of people, not a lot of people, but you see people like Seth Joyner comparing this guy to Jerome Brown. And I'm not gonna lie, I see it too. Like it's the relentlessness. It's him being able to not give up on a play. Like that fumble that he caused last week, he was like 20 yards down the field. You
Yeah.
don't see D
Hustle
tackles.
play.
That's what I'm saying. You don't see D tackles doing that. Most D tackles like, all right, my play over. He down 20 yards. Let me catch a breath. No, this dude tracked the running back down, knocked the ball out, and that's what you get when you get hustle and you mix it with grit and you mix it with just pure raw talent. This dude is going to be scary, very, very scary for years to come, man. And I don't just want to crown him like a Hall of Famer or nothing. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is right now he is the best player in the draft, and he hasn't scratched the surface yet. You know what I mean? Like he's still only playing about 45% of the snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine when this guy get up to 70 or 65 or something like that? I'm trying to tell you, man. I get what you're saying that Washington should be able to run the ball, but well, they have to, especially with a quarterback. But that's one of the reasons why
I don't know if they can. To be clear, Reese, I don't know if they can, but they better try. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna get ugly.
I mean, listen, you can try all you want to. You know, you can try all you want to. I could try. I could try to be a millionaire tomorrow. That don't mean it's going to happen. Yep. That's what I'm saying. Like when you really break it down, you look at this defensive line, and I do think it's going to be adjusted, and that's why I think probably in this game, people are understanding what Jalen Carter really is, and it's going to be some double teams in the middle instead of double teams outside. Like Hassan Reddick is getting double teamed and chipped and all that kind of stuff, and this is why we don't see the pressure or obviously the sacks because he has a donut right now, but he's still helping the defensive tackles because everything is coming inside. It's still containing him and Josh Sweat are still containing the edges. Also, Brandon Graham, they're containing the edges. So when a quarterback is trying to get out, they got to go through the middle. And shout out to Philly Mike. Them Philly dogs up front, they ain't playing, man. Also, shout out to Philly Mike. You got who was that? Nolan Smith with the hat again, man, wearing a Philly dog hat. That's so dope, man. I ain't gonna lie. Oh yeah, make sure y'all go cop up y'all DeAndre Swift. We gonna talk about DeAndre Swift too, Gates. Like we gonna talk about DeAndre Swift, man. Like I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna go on my little rant and I'm gonna give y'all some fresh facts about DeAndre Swift and his running game.
Just say a quick what's up to everybody, man. 4133 the pod. What's good, man? Appreciate you. Jedediah, what's up, man? I got a question. I want to get to your question, Jedediah. Give me a second. William, what's up, man? Fellow Collins Park up in here, man. How you doing? Reggie, what's good, Reggie? We got D up in here. He just said, look, I don't even got to spell out the rest of it. Everybody know what I'm saying.
Yeah, let's go.
I want to get to your question right here, Jedediah. He says, I hope Jalen gets his legs back this game. I feel this is his opportunity to get comfy with it again so we can see some older-looking rushing yards out of him. We're going to get to that, Jedediah. Give me a second. I'm going to spin that one, but I just want to make sure everybody gets accounted for in terms of the comments. And then, hey, we got the Yodat Nation up in here, man.
My guy, Yodat, what's going on?
All right, so Jedediah, to get to your question, I'm going to ask Reese this. I know that if you ask them, they'll say that they never told Jalen this. I'm going to call bullcrap. I'm going to say it's BS. I feel like that there is a concerted effort that we're not going to stop you from running. The threat of you running has got to be present for the offense to be what it can be. But we would prefer you get down on downs that we don't need the extra yardage. Get down a yard early if you can. It's what it feels like the instruction has been to me, is if they don't want him to absorb contact, if they don't need the contact being absorbed. Now, we've seen that when it's like a 3rd and 5, he's done it twice in 2 separate games to where he'll go pick it up and go through contact. But I definitely noticed some differences to where he is getting down faster, in my opinion. And I think that that's a directive. I mean, how do you feel about that, Fresh?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I agree. I do think it is a conservative effort that they are trying to make sure Jalen Hurts doesn't go through a situation to where as though he's injured or he might even be able to play but still injured, not 100%. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want them to handcuff this guy because to me, when you're the player that you are, you know what I mean, and you know this, Gates. You coach and you played at the quarterback position. If your mind isn't free on the game and you're worried about other things, it hinders your game. It's like, oh well, should I slide here or should I, instead of just instincts, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And I get it. Especially, and it's probably coming from upstairs. You just paid this man $175 million. So It's probably coming from upstairs. Like, listen, we need to keep this guy healthy. We need to make sure that even though we won the NFC East, we won the NFC, we went to the Super Bowl. But I do think that the offense, obviously, it took back a lot when Jalen Hurts wasn't in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We lost one game when he was in. He was 15-1, but we lost two when he wasn't. So
And they are spying him too fresh, to be fair. They are using quarterback spies. I noticed in 2 consecutive games, and I really need to go back and check New England because I guarantee you New England was using a percentage of their snaps too. Now, I will say this. You can spy that man all you want to. If he gets you in the open field and he wants to get the first down, he's going to break your ankles. He's going to break your ankles. We've seen him do it. Like, I mean, he can absolutely shake you in open space.
I mean,
but I
he
do,
literally
like you said,
is a running back that can throw the football very well.
Yeah, but like you said though, like there's definitely, a cost, benefit analysis to this, to where it's like, okay, like what is it going to cost us for this extra couple of yards versus like, okay, what's the benefit? What's the play? What's the time period in the game? Like there's clearly something going on there. There's clearly an evaluation being made there, and it might be something that they're doing for so many games, and then they're going to turn it loose. So we're like, okay, we're going to try to, part of this is just it's repeated hits. Well, if we can take a 4 to 6 game sample size and reduce the amount of hits you take, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it is what it is. I definitely think that these guys have analytics that we probably don't even think about when it comes to injury prevention and stuff like that.
But like obviously the offensive line is a quarterback best friend, but right next to it is the running game. Like the way, and like I said, we're gonna talk about DeAndre Swift, man. The way this man is running the ball, I don't understand for the love of it. I really don't understand why in the heck he only got 3 snaps, why he only got 1 carry, why he only got 1 target. And the crazy part is they have yet to still really unlock DeAndre Swift, one of his greatest attributes, which is catching the ball out the backfield. They really still haven't used that, and they haven't used Dallas Goedert. They haven't used the middle of the field. And I talked about this in my do's and don'ts. They haven't used the middle of the field as much as I would have liked. I do think it was an assertive effort. Obviously, coming out of week 2, we all seen the sideline antics or whatever the case, whatever you want to call it. But I do think it was an assertive effort to get AJ Brown the ball, and I'm fine with that. I'm definitely fine with that. I mean, especially if you get this guy in space, the way he made that one defender miss. I mean, to get the first down. I mean, the dude is just a problem. But I can say this:
there's gonna be a lot of phantom hamstring injuries when he shakes people.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I really need people to calm down and understand, because I listen to WIP and I listen to the callers, and they saying Jalen Hurts isn't doing this and Jalen Hurts isn't doing that. Listen, Jalen Hurts is winning. That's number one. And to put very, very emphasis on it, a 9 minute and 23 second drive to win the game. I mean, the game was already won, but you literally made sure that they didn't get the ball back. And I thought as though they could have did that anytime they wanted, but they wanted to, in my opinion, use that game to try to get the ball down the field. You know what I mean? Like, and it did cause Jalen Hurts to throw 2 interceptions. What I don't think that the first one was on him. I gotta say, I think that it was some miscommunications, whatever. But my thing is, it's like, oh well, Jalen Hurts, he got these many sacks, he got this many sacks. Do you know that in that last drive he picked up 4 first downs with his arm, just in that last drive? So don't tell me when the chips was on the line, and it really wasn't. But when they say you're not getting the ball back, guess what's going to happen or not going to happen? You're not getting the ball back.
9 minutes. 9 minutes, only 22 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, 29 minutes, 23 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that is one of the best drives. Even though it didn't end in scoring, it was one of the best drives I ever seen. They mixed it with the run, and shout out to Kenneth Gainwell. At first, I was snapping. I'm like, why they got Gainwell in there? You see what DeAndre doing? But I do understand you.
There's no death in a football game that's worse than that death.
Yeah.
That is the worst way to die as a defense.
Yeah.
Like, it is the absolute worst way.
I
Venom
said,
Revenge, we appreciate the $9.99 super chat. She says, much love, Philly girl. What's up, man? We appreciate y'all.
oh, that's Philly. That's Philly girl. Shout out to you. Oh, you changed your name? That's Philly girl, man. What's going on? Where you been? I ain't seen you all year. I ain't seen you in the last year and a half. Where you been? Shout out to her, though, man. Shout out to her.
We got some other content creators chiming in too. What's up, Eagles Playbook Podcast? Come on with the 2817 Birds. Let's go.
Okay. We're gonna give
What's
ourselves
up, Joe?
a
Philly the podcast. What's up, Joe? How you doing, bro? What's good, man?
Joe, Mr. Hollywood, my guy. What's going on? What's going on? He know why I call him that.
My guy Jonathan chiming in with the let's go Birds 4-0 at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, to me, Gates, and I don't know if you feel this way, but I'm pretty sure you do. To me, I don't care. I mean, I don't care how you win. Yes, sometimes it's going to get ugly. Yes, sometimes you're not going to like what you see. But all three of these wins have been convincing wins. I don't care how you carve it up. I don't care if you trying to say Minnesota was on a come. No, they wasn't. They wasn't on no comeback. So to me, you got three convincing wins, and it's crazy, Gates. Going into the season, everybody said we had the hardest schedule. That's what everybody said. Mm-hmm. Eagles got the hardest schedule. I don't know if they're going to be able to do this. I don't know. Now when we do that, we don't play anybody. Tampa Bay, they're one of the best teams. I don't know. They might give Philly a run for their money. Dismantle them. Now we ain't play nobody. You like my wife say all the time. Hold on. Told you I'm outside. Sorry about that. Like my wife say all the time, you gotta pick a struggle. You gotta say, oh well, they ain't play nobody and they trash and keep it that way before and after the game. Or you gotta say, listen, man, this team is doing whatever it is against anybody to make sure that they win the game. It's crazy that this game, it might not be DeAndre Swift going for $130 and $175, and which I do want the passing game to evolve more or be in, but if running the football is winning, run it. Do you know, and this is the fresh fact of the day, do you know out of all of the running back and Jalen Hurts, out of everybody, we only got 2 negative plays rushing. Just 2. So everything
behind this line, bro.
Everything is positive. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, man. I just grabbed a new truck. I just got a new truck. I can park my truck in between some of them holes that this offensive line is getting. And when you break down tape like I have, and I know that you did, Gates, I do think Cam Jurgens alongside Kelsey is immaculate because they both can get to the second level. Salamalu was solid. I still
think I'm interested to know how you feel about this. I still feel like Jurgens is reaching the second level, and that's purely athleticism. But I do think he needs to sustain blocks at the second level a little better.
Okay.
But he's also, I mean, we're talking 3 games into his career as a starter. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, you get to that nitpicking point when you get to him like that. But I was shocked, man. In the run game, I thought he would be really good in the pass protection. But I was a little worried about his ability to anchor and get leverage correctly and do those things in terms of the run game. Mm-hmm. And then I'm watching the film and I'm like, yo, low key, man, this dude's kind of strong. Like, this dude's pretty strong, man. He's holding up better than I thought he would. Like, I mean, it's encouraging. Like, I don't think I see a lot of people, man. A lot of people have been chiming in on this, Reese. They've been saying that, oh man, we might need to go out and find another center. I don't think that's the case. I definitely think Cam Jurgens is going to be that center.
Right.
Unless Kelsey plays another freaking 5 years on us, which I don't see happening. But I definitely think Jurgens is going to be that center, and I think Steen's who they envision as the right guard eventually. But it's I think I don't know if it was Jalen Williams or if it was my guy Dubs, the O-line guru, who said it. Hey man, playing inside as a guard is going to toughen this dude up when he takes over as a center. It's going to be a really tough nose center once he gets there.
Yeah.
Because you're going to live through those battle scars. You're going to live through those moments. My guy Joaquin said, I see another crazy game like the first time we played. First time we played them. Last year, 9 sacks, 2 interceptions, and 16 quarterback pressures, 35-14. Let's go down that road, man. The 35, or well, not 35-14, but the pressures, the sacks, all that. You think they're going to try to come out here and throw the ball 35, 40 times on us?
I think you might have to. At
Think
least
how bad we put them
35.
down?
At least 35, because I'm not gonna lie, I got a feeling, man, and I'm usually right, man, and I'm probably gonna have to screen record this and put it in my next video.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really think that this offense is going to take off. I think they're going to score at least 10 points in the first quarter, and I think that we get 1 or 2 turnovers in the first quarter. I think that after a while, man, you're going to have to start throwing the ball. Now, I was very, very shocked that Tampa Bay was down 14, and they still was trying to run the ball. I guess they was trying to open things up. They didn't really. I guess it wasn't that much trust in Baker Mayfield to make all the plays.
Not at all.
So they were still running the ball, and I'm like, what is going on here? But thank you. Like, I'll take that, because you're not getting anywhere running the ball on this defense. You ain't getting nowhere. You're going.
I don't think they trusted
the treadmill.
Yeah, I don't think they trusted the protection to hold up long enough for him to try to push the ball vertically. I mean, the one time he attempted it and he had enough time to throw, he still got killed. Nolan Smith absolutely obliterated him on that throw.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't even close to being, even within range of it being a play that could be completed. And I think teams are really struggling. Like, everyone's talking about teams taking it away from us, that vertical presence. They're playing 2 safeties over the top. They're doing things that take those vertical shots away from us. Well, I mean, we do it too. And the difference is we got a defensive line that will absolutely kill you if you hold the ball.
Yeah, we do it. We do it differently. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, Gates. I've been watching tape on. First of all, I think Amaro and Cunningham, these 2 linebackers. I love me some Nakobe Dean. You know how I feel about Nakobe Dean. I always thought that he should have got more playing time last year. But for some reason, it seemed like these 2 are more in sync. Now, Nakobe Dean only played 1 game. I get it. But these, like, first of all, Cunningham came out of nowhere. Like, when I first seen him, I'm like, who the hell is this dude? Like, and he has been balling. Morrow's been balling. Reed Blankenship. Oh, my gosh, man. Like, whoever doubted him, I think he's proven people wrong. I do got an issue, because I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. I don't want Bradbury to be in the slot. I don't think he a slot guy. I know he used to be that, but a little older. I think he's better on the outside.
I think they want to match him. I think what they're looking for is the matchups. I don't think they want Bradbury taking the majority of snaps. And one thing I did notice is when I was looking in the game, believe it or not, before Sidney Jones got injured, there was a clear rotation between Sidney Jones and Bradbury.
Yeah.
And Bradbury would move in on occasion, right? And then they would have kicked Job outside. Job would be the outside corner. I had the impression that it was just like Bradbury was basically playing almost every snap until I saw the all-22 on it. I was like, no, that's really the second half. That's what happened. And I think that was purely out of just pure necessity. They just didn't have a choice but to do that. I think Sidney Jones, and I said this on Twitter, when I went back and I looked at the all-22, it's hard to judge it. It's hard to judge it because a lot of what was going on there it's just drop back footwork. He's bailing out on the footwork and he's falling back into his own. It's drop spot. He's dropping to a spot. I wanted to see him actually flatten out and then toe that line and then get turned. I wanted to see those hips get turned and actually have to play on a vertical concept. We didn't get a chance to see that yet. With that said, spot dropping, I thought Sidney Jones was way better than I thought he would be 3 games into his career. The dude looked respectable out there. I mean, it's a rookie.
I really like what I'm saying from him, but he's not playing this week.
No, he's not. He's not. And that's the other side to it is I feel like you have Mario Goodrich on the roster. You have to play him, man. Like, if you don't play him, then what's the point of this? Like, he's good at special teams, but he's not he's not exceptional. Right. You know what I mean? Like, this is the role you have him for. I'm not saying not to use Bradbury on occasion there. I do think, depending upon the matchup, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't see how else you can do this, especially when you're already light at safety, and we're calling up Tristan McCollum to be the third guy at safety from the practice squad. So I mean, I don't see any other choice unless you're going to kick another guy inside. Eli Ricks, Josh Jobe, if they're going to try that out. I don't know. I don't see how else you can get around playing him. I think you have to play Goodrich. I mean, how do you feel about that situation with Goodrich?
I mean, I think he might be the best option. Like, not gonna lie to you, I think that Goodrich is a guy that you can kind of put like basically like how you did Morrow. Like Morrow was supposed to be a safety, and they put him at linebacker. I think Goodrich can be a slot, but he also complete a safety position. I think he's one of them kind of guys. I feel about. I'm not saying he's as good, but I do feel about Goodrich that he's versatile, like how they was first using Avonte Maddox. When we first got Avonte Maddox, he was playing the safety. Then they put him into the slot, and I think he did better in the slot, but he was playing well at the safety position. To me, I think Goodrich is the best option to answer your question, though.
Yeah, I'm really. What's up, Elmer? Stop being here.
I got you.
But no, I agree with you. I think you have to see what you have, right? I know it sucks, man, because they really felt like Zach McPherson was going to be that guy if Avonte Maddox went down.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, man. Why'd you sign Isaiah Rodgers too in the offseason? Now, mind you, he's not eligible to play right now, and he probably won't be eligible for the entirety of the season. But
you think so?
There's clearly an eye towards the future.
You think that he won't be ready for they won't let him play for the rest of the season? Because he hasn't.
I don't want to speak on an active case. You know what I'm saying, Reese? Like, I don't want to speak on an active case that I just don't have a lot of intel about.
Right.
But from what I heard is that the nature of what he gambled on was fairly egregious. Now, I don't know what the heck that means. I don't know what the nature of it was. Just what people are saying about it. I mean, if it's not a permanent suspension, then he probably does stand a chance. I mean, I think sometimes it's just a matter of like whether they feel there's remorse there or not. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's got something to do with it. I mean, the Eagles clearly expect that he's coming back at some point. I
don't got Howie. Now he didn't have to give up anything, but I don't have Howie really bringing him on a team if he's never going to play. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see that.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, man, because he could help us. I would like to see him back because he could absolutely help us right now. And mind you, Isaiah Rodgers really didn't even play the slot that much. But if I'm going to take an outside guy who's shorter in stature and has the movement skills, it's Isaiah Rodgers. I mean,
right?
That's the guy that I think has those. It's a lateral ability. It's also some of the ability in terms of mentally to work through traffic, because that's the tough part about playing inside is you got to work through a lot of traffic. You also got to be tough as crap. I think people underrate just how tough nickel corners are, because you definitely got to mix it up in the run game. And these dudes are not huge. Most of the time, these are not huge guys. They're just tough, man.
They got to be fast. They're just tough. I do think that Sean Desai has been playing a lot of like 5 and sometimes even 6 DBs. So I think all these guys are getting playing time. Well, I know all these guys are getting playing time, and I think the cause of that is to see who is better on the field, if you get what I'm saying. Like, so to me, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I gotta go with Goodrich. I like what Gibbs brings to the table, but I don't know if I would play him. I would rather play him at safety than the slot position. I like Gibbs, though. I like Gibbs a lot. You know what I mean? But it is very, very unfortunate that we've seen the plays, especially the one play, the breakup pass on Mike Evans that Sidney Brown made, and then it's now we just hurt. That's why I really like what Sean Desai has been doing, because even though he's basically mixing and matching out there. You know what I mean? Like the injury after injury. First you had Bradbury, then Reed Blankenship is out. Avonte Maddox gone for the season. Sidney Brown gone. I mean, it's injury after injury in that secondary.
Man, I gotta give
the
Desai
only
credit,
person
bro.
that has not missed a game or missed
Yeah.
that and is Darius Slate.
Well,
Everybody
no,
else.
I feel guilty because I just said what you just said about the total of the injuries, and I
Yeah,
said I got to give Desai credit, and you do,
you do.
but also McDonald. He's the secondary coach, man, and
Yeah,
he's I
yeah.
mean he's clearly done a pretty dang good job
I
because
think he does. Yeah, he is. He is.
people were all on us about that Minnesota game because we got 8 up. But it's like, yeah, man, like we were missing like 3 out of 5 starters, bro. Like, are you nuts?
And the crazy part is when I'm watching it, like the national TV and all that, the national media, I'm like, y'all keep talking about us giving up these yards, but yet and still y'all don't want to say that our CB2 was out, our CB3 was out, our safety was out. Y'all don't. That's 4 players in the secondary. It's only 6 positions.
Yeah.
5. It's only 5 positions in the secondary. Sometimes 6.
Yeah.
Like, come on, what are you talking about, man?
Messiah said, I hope they don't try that because then it would really be boring to watch. We're going to get up on them if they try to throw 40 times. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious how they do it too, Messiah. I'm really curious about how they come out and try to approach this game. Mm-hmm. Do you try to slow it down? But it's like, man, if you try to slow it down and play that grinding fashion and we start 7, 8, 9-minute drives on you, 2 to 3 possessions becomes pretty insurmountable. Like, it's tough, man. Like, this is a tough team to beat. I think that's getting lost in all the discussion. Like, everybody wants to focus on Jalen Hurts, and I get that Jalen has not put an A game up yet. Cool. How about the fact that we haven't got an A game from Jalen Hurts yet, and nobody can stop us with all the concerted effort they put in to stopping Jalen Hurts? So what do? Do you start sacrificing your coverage and test that? Do you test Jalen Hurts in that way?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy I'm not a defensive
someone's going to do it. Someone is going to do it. Someone is going to sacrifice coverage. They're going to start dropping extras in the box, and I got a feeling they're going to get cooked.
They're going to get cooked. Yeah. I mean, and here's my thing. I do think that people, they don't, for some reason, and I'm not like this, but for some reason, people think, oh, if you getting aired out, you get cooked, and they're scoring fast, and the wide receiver is going on. Justin Jefferson had over 150 yards on us. Yeah, he still took an L. To me, is more, and you kind of said this earlier. It's so much more demoralizing when a team says we're going to put a hat on the hat. You cannot block us. Yep. And we're going to run the ball down your throat. And that's what the Philadelphia Eagles have been doing the last 2 weeks. We're saying everybody in the stadium knows it's a run. Everybody on your team, everybody on our team, the coaching staff, the quarterback, the commentators, everybody knows. And you can't stop it. And
Brian Flores.
Real fast.
Brian Flores, 13 straight plays. He did not want to drop extras in the box because he was scared of what we would do off of play action the minute he did it.
I get that, but
and I respect the crap out of Brian Flores.
But all right, so to me, it's hard to like. It's like take your pickings, like because and I do think this is a respect thing, and I don't think people understand that. Jalen Hurts wasn't getting these kind of looks last year. Yes, we're playing better teams, better defenses, but even the defenses that are not that good are doing a lot of the same. They're dropping 5 in coverage. You know what I mean? They're trying to disguise things and trying to take away the long run, and a lot of that has to do with the 2 guys that we got there on the outside, and AJ Brown and Swifty. I get that. I understand that, but I think it's a testament to, because you can have those weapons and not and still not be good. I do think it's a testament to Jalen Hurts and his progressive and what people seen him do last year. So they said, you're not going to throw the ball on us, even though AJ Brown had 100 yards or whatever the case may be.
They're daring us to take the check down. And I'll admit, so far, I think we failed the test in terms of taking the check down. I do. But we've passed the test with flying colors when it comes to, cool, drop 7 or 8 into coverage and watch what our offensive line does to you in the run game. I mean, that's a straight 100 out of 100. If there was extra credit, we got that too.
Right.
I mean, let's just be real.
I mean,
Daryl, real quick. Daryl, sorry to hear that, brother. We appreciate you tuning in, man. Get well soon. 30-14, go Eagles, man. We appreciate you, bro.
That's crazy. My wife and my youngest, they just got over COVID. It's back, y'all. It is back. I don't know if they shutting things down soon, but it's definitely back.
Venom Revenge, we appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
King of the East, we appreciate you.
So Gates, I got a question for you. It's been changed now. The Philly shove, the brotherly shove. I'm sorry, the brotherly shove. How you feel about that the league and you got guys like Chris Sims coming out of their mouth saying basically hurt our quarterback? You know what I mean? I think it's despicable to me, and I'm gonna let you give your answer. But to me, don't let us get 3rd and 1. Don't let us get in 4th and goal. Don't let us get there, and then stop it.
It's Chris Young put that crap out there, and I get there's nuance of what Chris is saying, but we all can read between the lines. You're still advocating to injure a player to hurt him. The dude from the Dallas Cowboys that always be on Twitter, he put it out there too, talking about screenshotting. This is what I love about the screenshot people. You're screenshotting a moment in time. Oh, look at the ribs. Look at the ribs. All you need is someone to slip through right here off the guard for the ribs at that exact moment in time. Also, they make rib guards for pads, dumbass. Like, what are you talking about? like some of these dudes, man. I just stay out of it. I stay out of it fresh because I get frustrated hearing that because I've never advocated for the injury of another player.
Okay. And it's despicable. And then you got the guy on Bleacher Report and all that. He's basically saying they need to hurt him. Like, to me, man, if a crazy thing, if a Philly fan would have said something like that, it would have been all over the internet. Everybody would have been, see what these Philly fans do. And it's so many despicable fans around the NFL, and they be getting freaking passes. They get passes, but us, we say something, we do something. Y'all bring up throwing snowballs at Santa Claus. Y'all bring up us throwing hats in the toilets, and just come on, man. Come on. Be fair all the way around the board. What that dude said was despicable. And I ain't gonna lie, if I was sitting in that chair, I'd have punched him in his mouth. It ain't had nothing to do with sports. It has something to do that you trying to advocate for somebody to get hurt and for somebody to headhunt somebody. And that ain't how the game go. That ain't how the game go.
And it's crazy is you're putting all this effort in to injuring the player instead of just stopping the play.
Exactly. Where's your focus?
Just stop the play. That's your answer. Stop the play. If you want to stop the play, you're going to have to
kick from getting there. And the crazy part is, the crazy part is, Gates, everybody can do it. It's not like the Philadelphia Eagles are the only ones that can do it. Penn State just did it yesterday.
Yeah.
Penn State just did it yesterday. So it's not like we the only ones that can do it. Stop it.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Y'all can't stop it.
Hey, Lethal, just real quick, let me answer this one real quick. Hey, Lethal, just so you know, it's not like it's really my fault. I got fresh sent out a message earlier today, but I overslept, man. I'm feeling it, bro. I've been sick from allergies from the fall allergens coming in. So I overslept like crazy. By the time I got back to Fresh and everybody, it's kind of hard. Fresh really and honestly had to take away time from doing his own stuff just to make it on today because he put that out probably 9 o'clock this morning. I didn't get back to him until 11. That's how much I overslept on it. But yeah, man, we'll get it back together with all 3 members.
Yeah, we're gonna get it back together. My bad, y'all. Somebody want cut their grass or whatever all of a sudden now. We should be getting out of here real soon, Gates. Anyway, the game is in about 15-20 minutes. So you want to do your defense and offensive guy and Yes, your score prediction, Gates. You're not getting away from the score prediction.
Damn it! Every time, bro. Score prediction. I hate score predictions, man. I hate them because they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you get them right, people think like, oh, he had intel. The game's rigged. He had intel. And then like when you get them wrong, everybody gets mad. It's like, yo, how, like, you know how many variables there are in a football game? Like, come on, man.
Come on, Gates. You stalling.
All right. My offensive player of the game. We can't say Jalen. That's been our rule going back to last year. Man, the cheap shot would be to say DeAndre Swift. I'm not going to do that though. All right, I'm going to say something tells me Dallas Goedert, bro. Man, the face mask last season that took him down, it didn't get called. It was a fumble. It was pivotal in us losing that second matchup. I got a feeling, man. I have a weird feeling that Dallas, I think he's under 100 total yards on the season. I got a feeling he's a dude that's going to go off this game. Defensively, I think Hassan Reddick, man, he's getting the thing off his hand. He's going to be able to use his hands finally. Everybody's talking about he ain't showed up on the season yet. Okay. Okay. That bull can play. Like, straightforward. That dude can play. Score. Damn, I almost did it again, bro. All right. I'm not doing this to be disrespectful Washington fans. I'm just speaking to what I think these two teams are in terms of personnel, in terms of coaching, in terms of everything together right now. I think this is going to be one of those games that's not particularly close because I think offensively and defensively, line of scrimmage, the differences in our quarterback. I know you guys got great interior defensive linemen, but I'm going to say straightforward 31-9 Philly.
I'm sorry. I had to. I'm sorry, y'all, for the noise. I ain't gonna lie to you. Somebody just want to start cutting their grass. It's like they probably a Washington fan. That's really what I think. Probably a Washington fan. But I'm gonna go. You took my defensive player, so I got to think on that one. I'm gonna go offense. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta go with my guy, man. Make sure y'all cop up the church, DeAndre Swift, man. Y'all see him. I gotta go with my guy. The link is in the description. I gotta go with Swifty. I mean, right now him and the offensive line. I mean, the real Kelsey and Swift is real unstoppable. If you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, I mean the juke sense this guy has, and yes, spoiler alert, he is better than Miles Sanders. He is better than Miles Sanders. I love Miles Sanders. Y'all already know. PA guy, Pittsburgh, came over here, love him. But he ain't him. I mean, the shiftiness, and the crazy part is when he played with Detroit, he used to run a lot of east and west, and that's probably because the offensive line wasn't that good. But he see a hole, get a hole. That's what he's doing right now, and he's getting to the second level fast, and he's making the first defender miss, and he's making people take a ride. Come take a ride. Like, I literally seen him drag 3 players, and you would think because of how small that he is, and that's nothing about small. And I'm gonna say that when I get to my defense.
Dang, with 3 sacks for Jordan Davis. Woo.
That's a big one. So defensive player. I'm gonna go on the other side. I'm gonna say Josh Sweat. You took my Hassan Reddick. I'm gonna say Josh Sweat. And here's one of the reasons why. It's crazy that they got sacked 9 times last week. In a week, in the first game we played them, how many times did we sack them, Geeks?
It's 9 times, wasn't it?
9 times. 9 times. I was at that game. I was there. So I got to go with Josh Sweat. Do you know Sam Howell is only 6 feet? Now I said,
yeah.
I'm only 5'9".
Listen, anything I say about Sam Howell, you have to take with a grain of salt. Sam Howell was a quarterback at UNC. I'm an NC State grad, so
I know that. He's bringing that stuff up. I know that. But stop being biased.
You know, any chance I get,
we are not paying
that little bit of haterade on there, I'm going to.
All right, listen. I'm gonna give you the rest of the reasons why I'm gonna pick Josh Sweat. I think that Sam Howell, with these big guys, I'm talking about 6'5", 6'6", Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, he ain't gonna be able to see. They put their arms up, he ain't gonna be able to see. I think it's gonna be a lot of him trying to get on the outside and trying to make a play. And I think Josh Sweat or Hassan Reddick, I think both of them is gonna be there. So a combined, yes, I picked Josh Sweat, but I gotta say a combined 3 sacks for the both of them. So that's why I'm gonna pick Josh Sweat. My score prediction. Listen, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got us scoring 10, at least 10 every quarter. At least 10 every quarter. So 10, 10, 10. I'm gonna go with a 40 burger. I'm gonna go with a 40 burger with mayonnaise, fried onions, ketchup, tomatoes, and extra cheese. Extra cheese.
All right, Jimmy Buffett.
we going with a 40 burger, and I say that Washington give 15. I'm gonna give Washington 15. 40 burger with fried onions, mayonnaise, ketchup, salt, and pepper.
Blue pill. Am I drunk on life, brother?
He said all life. We're gonna get crazy sack numbers and maybe double digit. They had double digit sacks, man. Listen. I can see it though. I definitely
look at that. Thanks.
40 burger with the sauce dripping on your shirt. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. We got an op in here.
You guys losing?
Losing the who? Do you see?
Yeah.
You see what Buffalo just? I couldn't wait. We only got a couple minutes. I couldn't wait. Do you see what Buffalo just did to y'all? That defensive front ain't nowhere near. I like Buffalo defense, but that defensive front ain't nowhere near what's going on here. Y'all can't run the football. Y'all can't stop the run. What are you going to do? You cannot win in the trenches. If you can't win in the trenches when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles, you cooked your barbecue. You're done. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. And your quarterback ain't good.
It's all good, Commanders fan one. I feel you. If the Eagles were 0-3 right now, I would feel we was going to win this game too. However,
no, they gotta win. Remember, they came back and beat
No, I'm not saying that. I ain't saying they got a 0 burger. I'm just saying, as an Eagle fan, I think we're gonna win every game.
Who did they come back and beat?
Yeah.
Like Pittsburgh or something? Was it Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
They came back and beat somebody. That was crazy.
Denver.
They beat Denver.
Yeah.
I
know they got a couple wins on the season. Yeah, I'm not. It's not about that. I'm just saying, as an Eagle fan, I think we're gonna win every game.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
You can go through. God, how long have we been doing this podcast now, Reese? Since 2020?
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, you go back and show me the one game I ever predicted us to lose.
Nobody ever predict us to lose. Like,
yeah.
And the crazy part is, I mean, if we getting betting averages, I mean, we would come out looking pretty damn good, especially the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Now 2020, it was kind of a different story there at Gates. It was kind of a different story. But after that, I mean, damn, just been making the playoffs every year making the playoffs.
RD is good. Hal has weapons. You not Buffalo. You have no Allen.
Pause.
I'm glad we don't have Josh Allen. The dude's turnover prone as hell.
First of all, your D is good. A crazy ball. That's
one. Josh Allen be straight up holding Buffalo back in games. Josh Allen lost the game to Minnesota on his own last year. What are you talking about? I'm glad we don't have Josh Allen.
Yeah, I'm good on Josh Allen. I like him. I like him. Maybe he need a better offensive coordinator. I like him, and I do think he's a very, very fast guy. Like, he got them long strides. Pause. That was crazy. But I do think he's a very fast guy. I like him as a player. I do. But I don't know, man. Listen, he ain't Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry. I'm only putting one quarterback in the NFL over Jalen Hurts. Only one. Only one.
Commanders fan one, you're entitled to your opinion. All I'm going to say is my opinion is that Sam Howell, the college quarterback, doesn't belong in the NFL. And you're about to find that out tonight or this afternoon.
Allen better than sneak merchant hurt. How he just sneak merchant? He just put up. He just threw 272 touchdowns. 277. What your quarterback do last week? 4 interceptions.
Somebody asked me if I was drinking earlier. We need to check on Commanders Fan 1.
4 interceptions. 4 interceptions. Like, I don't even know why you're here. So you hear this troll, but I ain't got time for you. I got to get back to my family. Gates. If you want to do the post game,
hold on. I want to leave this comment up. Because I definitely want to revisit your comment after the game.
He ain't gonna be here after. He ain't gonna be here for no post game. He gonna be somewhere. He gonna be somewhere crying with his thumb in his mouth, asking for his mama. He ain't gonna be nowhere near no computer. He ain't gonna be nowhere near no TV. No, none of that.
Brother, he threw 2 interceptions. My friend, your quarterback is the second lowest rated quarterback versus pressure in the entire NFL. He's thrown 1 touchdown against 4 interceptions with pressure in his face, and he's playing the best defensive line in the NFL. Good luck.
He gonna say, all right, Gates, I gotta get out of here. And my family, y'all already know, man. Make sure y'all stay Philly, stay fresh, y'all. Make sure y'all cop up too.
We barely beat the Vikings and the Bucks, but you're gonna be our dessert today. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. We'll see y'all